Wow, I must have put on. Hello? Oh, is this one not real? Oh, it is. I'm sorry, guys. Nothing got hurt, right? Was any of that electronical? I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm sure that was no trouble at all. Thank you, guys. Give it up for the Merman Band. The New House Band, baby. They reached out to me. Things are looking up for old vets. Okay, we ready for this shit? It's about to get aquatic and chaotic. You guys, I love that you're all here tonight to just keep on deepening this weird thesis I have about mermaids. I'm going to be talking about mermaids pretty much exclusively tonight, but through many different lenses. I believe mermaids are a metaphor for many different elements of the human experience, one of which is hoarding. One of my favorite things in this life is being a hoarder. And I love that song, Part of Your World. Like, I love the lyrics because, a lot of people think it's a love song about, like, loving someone from afar. Some people think it's about ambition and, like, wanting to go to a different place in your life, and it's not really about romance at all. But I know what it's really about, and what it's really about is hoarding. Sorry, I just have to look at the time. Oh, it's 4:05. Okay. Oh, it's not working? Oh, crap. Someone's got to time me. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock now? Okay. I'm going to check in with you. I'm completely time blind. And sometimes I get up here and I talk for like an hour and a half, and I don't even get through the first page of my 20-page document. So, yeah, that song is about hoarding. Like, it's really just about stuff. She literally says, like, I don't want nice stuff. Like, I just want more. Like, she just wants forks, and she gets in trouble with her dad for, like, being a hoarder. Like, she has a secret storage unit. So do I. Like, literally I have two, like, that my husband knows about. And it's like, imagine if, like, my dad came into my secret storage unit and then was like, this is too much stuff. And I was like, I don't fucking care. I want more. Like, that's what she's saying. And I just love that for her. You guys, it's hard for me because who's never been to Slippery When Wet? Like, will you clap? I can't really see. Okay. Who has been? Okay. The people who have been are more enthusiastic because they know what they're in for, but I still think there's a lot more people who have not been here. So I'm sorry to everyone who's already been here, and it's already very obvious, like, what mermaids represent, but I do need to rephrase it for everyone else. So yeah, I've always related to mermaids because I've always just felt like kind of out of place, like a fish out of water, if you will. Even as a little kid, I remember relating to that, and I just kind of feel like, oh, if I get to, like, the next world, like, wherever, like, I'm always, like, trying new things and, like, hoping that's the thing I'm gonna, like, really fit in at, or, like, that's the thing I'm gonna be really good at. And it's kind of like why I love doing new things and being new places with people, is because it's like, it's the only time where it's like a level playing field. Like, every time I go to the airport, it's like the first time. Like, anyone who's been to the airport with me knows that. So, like, when they know I've not been to the airport, when they know I have been to the airport, like, that's not impressive. But, like, if I'm like, oh, I've never been a computer scientist either, like, then I'm, like, equally good as anyone. You get what I mean, right? I just always feel like I'm a little bit new to planet Earth. And that's how mermaids act. And they have this sexy Born Yesterday thing that I really admire, because I have that Born Yesterday thing. Again, like, I feel like I've missed a class on, like, every current part of adulting at any given moment. And I try to be sexy and, like, literally try to, like, look a little slutty, because I think it gives people, like, a little more patience for, like, my antics. And I do think that that's what mermaids are up to as well. And I think that's brilliant. So yeah, I also think that mermaids, okay, so there's two main things that mermaids represent the metaphor of for me. The chief of which is anxious attachment. Do you guys know attachment theory? Yes, good, the women. Yeah, some of us have biological clocks and need to figure out what's wrong with us and why we're not married yet before it's too late. Men must be nice to just stay a jerk forever. I'm jealous, but yeah, so I feel like mermaids, they always like fall in love with like a random guy like that they just met. Like Ariel, she sees Eric on a boat. Okay, first of all, guy on a boat, red flag. And she's like, that's him, that's my guy. Madison from Splash. These are my two favorite mermaids, by the way. Who's seen Splash? Okay, good. It's amazing. I should have I'm gonna start sending out like a syllabus to study up because I like forget that normal people just don't like watch these movies once a week. So sometimes my references are not landing. So yeah, so Madison from Splash, she sees a guy underwater for like 5 seconds when she's 7 years old and then decides he's the one because again, he seemingly lives on a boat. He fell from a boat. So then she just like spends like the next like 20 years like looking for him and then like he's just like a normal guy. He like works in like the fruit district of New York. Like he's not a prince, but she likes him because he is just like unattainable. And so this is just like to say that all of my friends that like think that they happen to like a guy on a boat, like, no, you like him because he lives on a boat, you know? And that's the same with Ariel and Madison. So the cool thing about anxious attachment is that it's similar to being avoidant. Like it really at the end of the day is a subconscious fear of commitment, but we get to be like a little smarter about it than our avoidant counterparts because we are like choosing guys that like don't like us or live on boats, live in a different biome, would drown if they came to our family's Thanksgiving, maybe they're from a different religion, maybe they're gay, maybe they're married. We always like choose a guy that like has a really concrete reason to like not like us or they just don't fucking like us. And then we can like run at it full steam and like kind of blame them for it not working out. So I really think that's cool. It's a little bit smarter than just like being regular commitment phobic. Like I used to do this a lot. Like I used to think I'm so anxiously attached, I'm so clingy. I'm like literally every guy I used to go on a first date with, I would tell like Al, like, yeah, I'd marry him. Like I was like not really joking. I was like, yeah, like I could marry him, any of them. And so it was hard for me to like accept when I first learned this stuff that I was the one being deeply commitment phobic. Took me a second to realize that like for 15 years straight, I exclusively dated Jewish guys who wanted to marry a woman who was like raised and is born Jewish, and they would tell me that on like the first date, and I would be like, challenge accepted. Not only that, these guys did not care for me much. They did not really enjoy my personality. They saw me as a fixer-upper, and they told me that. Again, challenge accepted. I think that it was because I knew I could like be like, why I ought it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like when you're holding back someone from a fight, like, kind of. I knew that there was going to be a wall there anyway. The other thing that I think mermaids really represent is the experience of being like a neurodivergent girl who's also very hot. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ariel and Madison are both ADHD coded. ADHD is when you're like combination autism spectrum and ADHD. I think Ariel is more like the ADHD dominant version. Madison's the more spectrum dominant version. I'm like diagnosed with ADHD. I wouldn't claim that I'm on the spectrum, but I definitely relate to a lot of people on the spectrum in many ways, and everyone in my family is on the spectrum. Like, my brother, like all my uncles, and probably my dad. But yeah, me and my mom, we're fine. We don't have it, and we just fly under the radar. But yeah, like I used to think, oh, like I would never even imply like I can relate to an autistic person because I feel like it's stolen valor, like in my family, to claim that. But recently, my bro, who is on the spec, was like, "Nah, girl, you're touched with the tiz. I've known it ever since you were born, and you refuse to eat fruits, like just instinctively." And it's true. I really do refuse to eat fruits. And I remember being like, "I'm disgusted with fruits," and oh, hey guys, welcome. Come on in. The water's fine. Get a drink. Have fun. I'm just explaining how mermaids represent girls on the spectrum. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so Ariel definitely seems ADHD for a few reasons. Like she's definitely time blind. Like she and all other mermaids seem to always be kind of signing up for like really high pressure deadlines that they just do not give a shit about. Like she's like, okay, 3 days to make this guy fall in love with me, no voice. Like, I don't even want to see the paperwork. It looks boring. Like, that's what she literally, like, do you remember that famous scene? She's like, people think she's like not looking at it because she's like scared of what it says. Like, I know the secret. She knows paperwork is boring. That's why she's not looking. Meanwhile, Madison is more spectrum coded. Like, she's really good at, like, she learns English in one day. Ooh. Oh, that's no good. The order's all messed up now. Oh no, now it's gonna start to get disorganized. Okay, guys, don't laugh that much. Do you guys know how much organization this takes? Like, it's not normal. I'll start doing this. We're going through this. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'll start from the top. And scene. So, no, so she learns a whole lot. Like, she learns English in a day. She reminds me of, like, those Scrabble guys. Like, there's this guy from New Zealand who, like, just won the French, like, Scrabble championships. Like, he doesn't even speak a word of French. He just, like, memorized it. So, yeah, I think that Madison's on the spectrum if she could, like, learn English from TV in the 80s. And then, yeah, Ariel, very ADD. She's also really good in emergencies, like, you know, when that like shark is attacking her in the beginning, and she's just like never losing her cool when really she should. Like, there's a point where she's like turning into seaweed and she's like, I still got this. That's kind of like me right now. Like, I should be like concerned. I wrote this all today. What else? I'll tell you what else. So yeah, there's more on this. It's harder now. Okay, yeah, so mermaids. Oh yeah, mermaids also, yeah, the hoarding thing. I love hoarding. And I think that hoarding is kind of like another example of like maybe evidence that mermaids are anxiously attached, because like I've noticed a pattern. All of my best girls who are anxiously attached are also hoarders, and the girls who are more avoidant tend to like get rid of their stuff. You know, they tend to be more organized. Like, think about it with yourself and your friends. And like the girls that, I think it's because like I know why I like to keep a lot of stuff, and it's not just that I'm like anxiously attaching to my objects, which I am, but it's also that like I deep down am hoping that like since I have everything, like one day you guys will like need something and like have to borrow it from me. Like, no one forgets bets around Halloween, you know? I've got everything, literally, I've got everything. So like, yeah, like if you wanna be, you know, some niche character from like Pokemon, I got that. If you want to be like, if you and your entire high school class want to go as like the entire Pokemon like gaggle, I also can do that. So yeah, there's really no ceiling to this thing. Meanwhile, I think that my avoidant friends are more okay with getting rid of stuff for the same reason that like they're okay being avoidant. I think they just like over-index on like, I'm independent and like I can, anything I need, I can get it again. Mermaids are like, nah, I'm gonna keep it. I've never met a guy that likes me back, so I'll keep it. I never noticed one. So yeah, so that's what happens. I was gonna say what else about, oh yeah, this is, oh my God, I skipped a lot. So yeah, what else? Let's skip this for now. It's a lot, you guys. And what time is it, honey? You're at 11. 8:05. We're at 11. Oh, he's rounding down, he loves me. Okay, that's it, okay. You know what? I think I just need to check my treasure chest or something. Oh, there we go. Everything got scrambled. But yeah, so what was I just talking about? I'm sorry, guys. What was I just talking about? I literally don't remember. Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah. So back to the mermaids being like neurodivergent thing. Splash. Yes. Did anyone else ever like think before I mentioned this that maybe the character in Splash, it seems a little bit on the spectrum, and like that seems very, very obvious? No one else thought that before? I guess it's just not on people's minds. I think I can't imagine why, but I'm obsessed with mermaids and everyone in my family's on the spectrum, so it's on my. I'm like, oh, that's like Tommy. But the way she acts seems very like spectrum coded to me, because she's like, it's like humans are her special interest. Reminds me of my mom. So she'll like learn stuff and memorize it and then like think she's like nailing it, and sometimes it's still like coming off a little strange to people, but she doesn't care. She's got a sweetheart. And I recently found out that Daryl Hannah, who plays the mermaid in Splash, is on the spectrum herself, and that's why she did do that on purpose, and she like loved that role because of that. And when I found this out, I was so excited. I like told my husband, Patrick, I was like, babe, guess who I just found is out on the spectrum? And he took my hand and looked me in the eye and goes, you, babe? And I was like, no, hon, not in my family. Like, we don't count me. And no, I think it's really sweet. He like is the one who kind of like has helped like our whole family like manage certain dynamics that have to do with all of our different like sensory issues, honestly. And yeah, the way he like told me that he thought I was on the spectrum was like we were traveling through Poland, having a good time, but I would have like a meltdown constantly when I was time to like just do little transitions and stuff. And I was like, I'm sorry, like I had to apologize at some point. I was just like, I'd be having a good time and then have some sort of sensory issue that I wasn't aware of, really, and would kind of blame it on something else. And I was like, I'm sorry, babe, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm having these tantrums like when I travel, like Annie knows. Sometimes I go and think I have like a disease. That's my usual one is like, if I'm like a little hot, I'm like, I'm dying. And so, yeah, so when I told Patrick, I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. And he was like, I know what's wrong with you, babe. Let's watch this movie. And he put on The Accountant. Do you guys know that film? It's like an amazing movie where Ben Affleck plays a really cool, really hot autistic accountant who is like an assassin as well, because he's an accountant for like really intense rich bad guys. And it's such a cool badass movie in my opinion. And like one thing that this guy does to unwind is like every night after work he like comes home, like goes into his room, turns off the regular lights, turns on a strobe light, blasts metal music, and then like hits himself with a baseball bat. And like I'm watching that scene and like Patrick like looks at me and is like, what? And I've like suddenly realized I'm like grinning. And he's like, I'm like, what? And he's like, that looks good to you, right? And I was like, it weirdly does. Like it looks good to me. I do my own similar things like that. Like I do like blast like metal to like calm down in headphones. I also do a lot of like going to Vegas. I don't gamble, but like you shouldn't like have the nervous system reaction to going to Vegas that I have. Like, and that could be the ADHD test in and of itself. Like, is how many times have you been to Vegas, girl? Yeah, like I will say, like we got married in Vegas, and when I got there, it was like a bachelor party, and when I got there with my girls, like everyone's like walking in. It's like when you first get to Vegas, most people get like overwhelmed and go like, whoa, like it's a lot going on. And I'm just like, I'm like finally calm. Like, let's like read some emails. And my friend who I was with was like, this is like overwhelming for me, I think. And I was like, yeah, do you want to like go outside? We can lounge by the pool, hopefully sit in that one area where you can hear two types of music and the slot machines. And she was like, no, like I need to like get drunk. Like this is not normal for me. So that's like where I like get work done. It's like Vegas. That's how you know something's off. I will say though, like there is this thing where I am like very calm in an emergency. I think that's the same reason I'm calm in Vegas. You get this, Elizabeth. It's like my brain will like only kind of like think when I feel like I'm endangered. So I have to like do all this weird like sub-dom BDSM shit like on my brain to like get me to do a normal thing. Like, and I think that there's a reason for that. Like I really do think that it's because I am like actually a more like evolutionarily cool like person than other people. Like, you know, like if we were all like back in like our hunter-gatherer days when we were on like the plains of Africa, like I would be the one like staying up all night, like so you guys could sleep. Like I would be like making sure that no panthers got us, and I'd probably be the one who like figured out which berries got you high, like shit like that. And I mean, a lot of people are saying now that like, you know, ADD is also environmental sometimes, not just genetic. I will say, in my mom's defense, she gave it to me both ways, definitely by genes, and also by giving me a chaotic upbringing. And no offense to you, Mom, it's just like how we both roll. Like, I remember being like, Mom, I can't like study. Like, I'm not gonna be able to study at night. And she was like, don't study at night. Let's wake up at 4 a.m. And like, literally, we would wake up at 4 a.m. before school. Like, I'd be like, Mom, are you sure? Like, my test is like tomorrow. And she's like, my book is due today. Like, I'm writing it tomorrow morning. It's gonna be fine. And it's because like we can't like really work until it's really, really time. And so, I mean, I think I could have gotten ADHD from my environmental stuff, but I I don't think so. I think it was all the genes. I also, I had a kind of hard childhood socially because of me being so like hyper and weird. Like I didn't always fit in with my friends, and I called them friends. They were people I went to school with for many years, and then when I started to like fit into with them, they were always peer pressuring me to do drugs. Even now, my friends peer pressure me to do drugs. They're the ones that my doctor prescribes me, and. Because when I don't take them, I'm pretty annoying. I'm not on them right now, you could tell. So I gotta say, there's people like RFK Jr., like him wanting that list, to count the neurodivergent people, like, or not the autistic people, not to count them, to like map, I don't even know. Like, when I first heard about it, my friend was like, you have so many people in this spec in your family, like, how do you think they would feel about that? Like, wouldn't they be offended? I was like, no, they would want to see the list. That's interesting data to them. They would be offended by, like, it's not good enough data. We need to know, like, it's an offensive and stupid list because the spectrum is such a wide spectrum. Like, there's no information there that you get from, like, people being so different. They should make a different list. I don't want to get into which list they should make. That's going to get unacceptable for me to say on camera. But I just want to know like different symptoms and if they're near nuclear power plants, not because that causes it. People used to think that like maybe it's like, oh, like there's a lot more autism diagnoses in areas near nuclear power plants. And I remember like finding that out when I was with you, Mom, and we were finding out about how like the spectrum is linked to your gut and like leaky gut syndrome, and you can like change where you are and like how severe your issues are by changing your diet. We were like working on that with Tommy. And then there was this map that was like showing like, see, it's like caused by these nuclear power plants. I was like, wait, my uncle works in nuclear, and he was diagnosed on the spectrum like as a child, like in the 50s, which by the way, like that is gold medal, like it doesn't happen often. And he works in nuclear, and it wasn't caused by that. I was like, maybe there's more people on the spectrum near the power plants because their dads work there, and because they work there. I don't know, just something to consider for RFK. Anyways, I do want to say that people like RFK, he wants that list because he's like trying to prove that it's caused by toxins. It is not. It's 100% an evolutionary thing because it's an advantage to have. Like, it's an advantage to have neurodivergent people in your community. I'm not saying all of them should be, just like some, I'm pretty sure agriculture was invented by like a hot autistic woman. Like I'm thinking, did you watch that Martha Stewart doc? If she was a caveman, she would have taken us from like hunter-gatherers and like been whipping men into like, she would be tracking this. I mean, the fucking calendar at all. Like that was, whoever invented the calendar was on the spectrum. Like definitely not ADHD. It was Caesar. I'm sure he either he helped or he popularized it. I'm not ADHD, I don't actually know facts. But I believe you. But basically it's like, I don't think that ADHD people would have invented the calendar. I do think we would have invented zodiacs or like those things, like those stars, like constellations. That was definitely an ADHD person. Sometimes when I like do certain things, I'm like, oh, damn it, I wish I was like born then. Like I could have killed it at finding constellations. Like I would have fucking crushed that. Like even just like kind of mediocre inventions like from the last few centuries, like I would have dominated. Like when I was a kid, I was at a sleepover and I like invented a Lazy Susan just by like describing it. And I remember it so well because I was like, wouldn't it be great like if we had for this Chinese takeout, what if we had like a thing that spun? And my friend's dad was like, that exists, that's called a Lazy Susan. I was like, okay, well hear me out. What about glasses that are different on the top than the bottom? He's like, those are bifocals. I'm like, am I just naming Ben Franklin's inventions? Like, that could have easily been me. Anyways, back to the agriculture thing. Anyways, definitely invented by a hot autistic girl. I think ADHD is its own evolutionary advantage too in a totally different way. Like, again, not if everyone has it, just if some people have it. It makes total sense for a species to survive that it's not gonna be ideal for everyone to be neurodivergent. It's gonna be ideal for most people to do the thing that's normal and like basically normal brain, normal nervous system, like will lead you to have a normal circadian rhythm where you sleep through the night or lead you to be able to focus on what actually matters according to society, and hides when like a saber-toothed tiger is coming. But for every once in a while, when that saber-toothed tiger shows up in the night, you want someone like me. You want someone who comes alive under pressure, who doesn't freeze, who doesn't run away, and instead says, I bet I could punch that cat in the face. I do think that's what I would do. So when I quit Adderall, not one person said congratulations. Okay, that's how you know. No one was like, oh, I'm glad, that sounds like the right step. Everyone was kind of like, are we sure? Like, no one was like, oh, that makes sense given how things are going. Everyone was like, that doesn't make sense given how things are going. So yeah, I gotta say, what was I? I'm almost there, guys. Okay, yeah. Oops, now I'm coding. Okay. I accidentally coded. I'm so sorry, guys. We're almost there. Yeah, so evolution, flubber. I was gonna say, oh yeah, I got diagnosed when I was a wee lass of 5. I got medicated mainly because I was like flubber, and I had an energy for destruction that was just absolutely boundless. I craved chaos, probably because chaos was the only circumstance where my nervous system felt useful and correct, because that is the situation it was designed to come alive in. And that's why when I quit Adderall, everyone was like, don't do it, girl. You're not gonna be able to handle it, Not yet. Oh yeah, so I just got a random ring. Basically what I'm saying is it makes sense that boredom feels like pain if you're wired for looking for emergencies and solving issues, you know what I mean? When I quit Adderall, no one said congrats. When I quit Adderall, all my friends got tans. I'm uncomfortable. To me, boredom feels like pain. I'm untypical. My shrink asked to scan my brain for a book he wrote, and I was only in 3rd grade. He wanted to show that some kids calm down on cocaine. I calm down on cocaine. I get come on cocaine. I've a textbook brain. I calm down on cocaine. So yeah, that's enough stuff on. I'm bored. Thank you guys so much. There's actually more lyrics to that, but you'll have to wait till next time. What else I wanted to tell you about? I was actually afraid to get the brain scan because the doctor, he was like, I was like afraid. I like pretended I was afraid of the machine, but I was like, I'm actually afraid. Let me make a quick announcement, you guys. Did everyone write down their sex questions? Yeah. No. Okay, it sounds like no. Write down sex questions, please. Write down more of them. We got a lot of time and we got a lot of... How do we write them? Are you serious? There's paper around. Oh, sorry, you guys came in late. I thought you meant like more like how do you write? And I was like, you can see my occupational therapist later. And I do have a good one. There's papers here. Mom, will you help? But there's girls in the back and they don't want to show... Oh, there's papers on the bar. Okay, you guys, can we get a little bit better at problem solving as a group? There's pens. Are we okay? Am I doing okay? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little more scattered even than usual. So, where were we? Oh, yeah. What was it, Mom? You guys, there's shell bags, okay? There's pens. Is everyone okay? What does everyone need? Are we stimming? They need pens? Mom, will you help them? Like, I'm doing a show. Thank you. I'm so sorry. What's going on with everyone? Is it contagious, what I have? Okay, so anyways, I'm changing the subject now. I'm bored of the neurodivergent stuff. I'm going to go back to the attachment issues very briefly. Also, does anyone know what time it is? Okay, I'm like actually right on schedule. I'm right on schedule. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna have to address the elephant in the room. I have been unemployed for quite some time. And it's getting some people a little worried, but I think everything's right on schedule. I just started looking for a job and it's going really well. That's actually one of the recession indicators is like Betsy looking for a job. By the way, I'm a fucking like AI engineer. Like this shouldn't be like, I should be working, but I think part of the reason I don't want to work is it's like, this is like so boring, you know? It's just like, I can't believe I did it for this long. Like give me a fucking medal and like let me like do Jumanji now. Like I just want to play Jumanji. Anyway, so yeah, it was a little crazy of me to stop working. I had a little bit of a midlife crisis. I took an eternity leave. An eternity leave is when you're afraid of ending up alone for all of eternity. So you take some time away to like go to therapy and figure out like why you haven't gotten married yet. And that's what I did, and it worked. I'm married. I mean, I know, I can't believe it either. I mean, he hates me now. But still, I did it. That's all that matters. Yeah, baby. I mean, my mom told me ages ago, because she's a sex therapist, you'll see her later, that sometimes when her women patients are like gonna get married to the wrong guy, she just lets them because she's like, it's actually like easier for a divorced woman to date than like a woman who's never been married, like over a certain age because of just like society. And that's always stuck with me. And to be honest, I kind of thought like maybe I was gonna be doing that with Patrick. I was like, maybe he like doesn't like me. This is my anxious attack. I'm not sure if my mom or my husband like me, for the record. But yeah, I do think it worked out. Like he definitely loves me, he's here. But every day I ask him like, do you like me? Do you love me? And it's the best. He laughs and he goes, yes, like you're crazy. That's what you need in a man if you're anxious, girls. It worked out because I found my honey bunny because I learned how to hack my dating issues. Like basically probably because of my background, maybe because of my mom who is a little bit spectrum herself, definitely ADHD. So she, like growing up, definitely like would find me boring, you know, from time to time. I think that made me like a little anxiously attached because I'm like, or it makes me just like, I know I have to like work for it, you know, like I want to work for it with a guy. So if a guy just like likes me and thinks I'm interesting and just like gets me right away, I'm like, that's not normal, that's not love. I think that's my form of anxious attachment. So I found a way to hack this system, which is that you just date guys from foreign countries, because then like the distance is like geographical and cultural, but not like, it's not like emotional. Like, you know what I mean? Like Patrick is like emotionally available to me, but sometimes I don't understand what he's saying. And that triggers something for me. Also, it's like kind of fun. The way Patrick talks is like, he does a lot of like, just like saying words that sound similar, like, and then I have to do like gymnastics to be like, okay, that doesn't make sense, but what does that sound like that would make sense? And that's like the equivalent of like a fidget spinner for me. Like, only with Patrick do I like actually pay attention in the I always pay attention to my friends, but I need to be like ripping up a piece of paper normally. And only with Patrick, when he's talking, I'm like, I gotta like look at him. I gotta like look for clues. Like the other day I was like being annoying and he was like, oh, like I'm going to Watergate you. And I was like, oh, like you mean waterboard me? Like you don't even know, like, oh, you're gonna like Watergate, like you're gonna do something with documents. And he was like, you don't know what Watergate is. And I was like, that's right, I don't know. Yeah, like Patrick won't learn synonyms. Like we were talking about his friend, like the Polish crew all has like cool nicknames because they all are named Peter. So they have to have cool nicknames. And so one of the Peters goes by like a word that means like crooked because his nose is broken. And I was like, oh, it's not that crooked. It's just like a little contorted. And Patrick goes, contorted? What is, babe? Is it like, it means like crooked? And I was like, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's similar enough. And he's like, okay, babe, I'm not learning it. And I was like, okay, like no one's gonna make you. And I just, good to know that we're not doing synonyms. And he's like, babe, what's this got to do with spices? I'm not doing two words mean same thing. You guys, like this is not an exaggerated Patrick impression. You all know that. So anyways, you guys, I just want to leave you with something. I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm ending it abruptly because I want to sing again. I'm going to sing one more thing. Let me take some stuff off of my lap. This is getting chaotic. I'm going to put another recession indicator. I would never carry a flask like overtly, but something like this, something classy and respectful of the environment. All right, Stefan. So this is gonna be the next song, and this is actually a little secret version of Alan Menken's classic Part of Your World, but it's actually the reprise, and it's more about the neurodivergent anxious attachers experience. I love you guys. You can film me and take pictures. Why must I keep my old VCR? Start hobbies on Monday, I'll drop by Thursday. Still not sure if my mom and husband like me. I can't touch fruit or drive a car, but I've studied magic, kung fu, and guitar. That's just this year. Now all that gear is part of my heart. Okay, you guys, there's a little break, and I can't just sit still. I gotta fidget, so I'm gonna do a little mermaid beauty tutorial for you. So let me show you. So this is just how you brush. Obviously, you know about this. This part is this is for gua sha. Sorry, I just gotta tweeze a little. Okay, now we're ready. Wow, I was a little faster this time. I love this new hair look for me. Don't know how long I've rambled on, but the show has only just begun. Watch and you'll see. Someday you'll be part of my heart. All right, thank you guys. All right, give it up for me. Give it up for this merman band. We're about to take a little musical break. Everyone get a drink. Listen to the band. We're gonna have an 8-minute drink break intermission. Then we're gonna bring our next comic to the stage. Then we're gonna do music again. Then it's gonna be me and my mom. Love you guys. Thank you.
Give it up for Betsy, the beautiful mermaid, everybody. Betsy! And the mermaid band. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, do we all feel like we're on acid? I know I do. I'm a respected comedian. What am I doing? Look at this. You guys look great. Give it up the band one more time. Oh my God, there's things, dude, yes, this is a very stimmy set. I can do all sorts of shit. Oh God, I'm breaking it. Oh. We're having a good time, you guys. We're gonna do a little workshopping too, probably. Just for the record, when I agreed to do this about 3 days ago, well, here's, I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I got very drunk last night and also did a little cocaine, so I'm having a tough time. All right. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. We're gonna workshop all sorts of shit, you guys. Everybody, I don't know, so she said I'm Sebastian the Crab, but I'm clearly a lobster, okay? I am clearly a lobster. See this shit? That's lobster shit right there, okay? This is crab stuff, Barb. You can see my moose knuckle, Barb? Hell yeah! You ever seen a lobster with a moose knuckle, babe? Sorry, God damn it. All right, everybody in the back. What's up in the back? That's a good place for a hand job. Hell yeah! I can barely see you guys back there. That's good under the pants action back there. Hell yes, man. We're all gonna drink. I plan on coming out here with a full Jamaican accent. I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't do that because she was like, be Sebastian the Crab. I was going to be like, oh, you're beef patty. It's not good. We're going to workshop a lot of stuff tonight, you guys. Yeah. God, yeah. So I'm Sebastian. I'm Sebastian. Sebastian the Crab. Betsy backstage, she goes, just have fun with it. She goes, be a bad crab. Be a bad crab. I go, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm a bad crab. I don't know what a bad crab is, Barb. I don't know what that means. I'm a bad crab. I'm not a bad crab. I'm a lobster, right? I'm a lobster. I'm a lobster. Lobster's good. It's classy. I'm from Maine. Yeah, I'm a Maine lobster. Classy lobster. Y'all ever been to Cape Cod? Y'all been to Cape Cod? Nice place. Not a great fish. Why don't they call it Cape Salmon? Oh my God, this is gonna be the longest 15 minutes of my life. There's something there. Why don't they call it Cape Salmon? It's a better fish. Cape Swordfish, Cape Cod, very basic white fish. Cape Cod's all white fish. It's all white. It's very white in Cape Cod. You guys ever been to Cape Catfish? That's the black Cape Cod. It's a lot of dancing, better food. It's good. It's a fun time. Oh my God, yes. Okay, you guys, this is gonna be amazing. I wrote a lot of lobster material, and then my phone died, and I don't have it. It's all good. I'm a bad crab, right? Anybody here? Who here? I'm a bad crab. Who here is a couple? Anybody here dating? Anybody in a couple? Yeah? Where are you? You a couple? Couple of bitches. Go fuck yourself. I'm a bad crab. Go fuck yourself. Jeez, you guys are still here. Oh my God. Freak me out. This is, I'm fine. His face is melting. Oh my God. I love it. Oh my God. So the people in the back, you're a couple, you're vaping. I see you vaping. Oh my God. You're a bad crab too. Oh my God, vaping. Oh, I don't vape. I love smoking weed and doing blow. Am I right? Come on. Where are my weed? Where are my potheads at? Where are you potheads? I smoke a lot of weed. I take a lot of edibles. Yeah? Yeah. You ever take an edible? Edibles are too strong now. Edibles too strong. And weed doesn't have to be in everything, you cocksuckers. Doesn't have to be in everything. I went to the weed store, and I said, hey, can I get an edible? I wanted a little gummy, a little chocolate. The guy said, oh, I've got buffalo wing sauce. I said, fuck you, fuck out of here. He said, you put this shit on chicken, you get high off chicken. I don't want to get high off chicken. I want to be high, and I want to eat chicken. Am I right? Fuck out of here. I told the guy, I don't want to get high off chicken. The guy said, well, you could put it on shrimp. How about that? You can get high off shrimp. That's worse than getting high off chicken. If I was at a party and somebody said, hey, bad crab, you want to get high? I go, hell yeah. They said, hit this shrimp. Eat the shrimp, get way too high. That's fucked up, man. Too much weed. Weed's in everything now. You should I saw in the store, they got THC lube. Lube for your pussy and your dick. And if you don't want to smoke it or you don't want to eat it, you can just get high off your dick. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You get high off your dick. Unbelievable. I would never finish. Nothing would ever get done. I'd be jacking up. I go, oh, Cheetos. Where are the Cheetos? I go, eat Cheetos. It's going to be the longest 15 minutes of my life. Oh Am I right? Oh my God, your fingers get all goopy and orange. The Cheetos, you lick it. It's fantastic. How's bad crab working? Is it working? Okay. Should we switch to Jamaican crab? No. Yeah, it's right. Well, don't. When I do the accent, that's not a Jamaican accent. That's a lobster accent. That's a crab accent. This is God damn it. I don't fucking know. God damn it. All right. Back to who's drinking? Is everybody drinking? I hope everybody's drinking. Sexy crab. Okay, sexy crab. Yeah, what do you... Oh, I'm a slut crab. I'm a naughty crab, bitch, yes. Okay, naughty crab. I go, naughty crab. I go, do you want some fucking butter on my fucking tail? Yeah! Okay, listen, it's not a town hall, all right? Jesus Christ. I love this. Under the sheets? Okay, everybody's doing better than me. This is not good. It's not good. This is fantastic. Polish guys loving it. Make some noise if you're Polish. If you're Polish, that's a lot of Polish people. I'm a fucking moron. I've been pronouncing it Polish my entire life. I've been reading it Polish. I'm a fucking moron, dude. I'm a moron crab. God damn, this crab has no idea. I couldn't find Poland on the map with a gun to my head. I swear to God. Holy shit. I just found out, holy fuck you guys, and this is real. This is not some crab shit. This is some real Ben DeMarco shit. I just found out that Milan, the Milan, is not in Asia. It's not in Asia. Milan. I thought just because it sounds like Mulan doesn't mean it's in Asia. I thought it's in Asia. It's in Italy. I'm a fucking idiot. And don't get me started on British Columbia. You would never guess where the fuck that is. British Columbia is in Canada? Oh my God. I thought it was like a part of Colombia. It was like, oh, we have the best cocaine here. No, it's in fucking Canada. Oh my God. You guys are fun. You guys okay back here? Hell yeah, dude. You guys got a good view? Hell yeah. I love it. Let me lift the tail up. There you go. So you can see the hole. Fantastic. You guys, this is one of the funnest shows I've ever been a part of. And you know what? When Betsy, I live my life now, I live my life better now from being friends with Betsy. Because a lot of the times, I don't want to do something. I don't want to perform, or I don't want to go to a party. A lot of the times you make plans with friends, and you go, I don't want to go. And then I think, what would Betsy do? And not only does she show up, I show up now and I put on a fucking costume and I make the fucking time of the fucking night. So that's the deal. That's what Betsy brings out in all of us. That's my time, you guys. One love, one respect, you cocksuckers. All right.
This is directed to me, Bets. In theme with the mermaid analogy, you've convinced me that I'm Ariel. I'm ADHD, I collect and hoard antiques, and I fell in love with a guy on a boat. Yep, that'll do it. We had an intense romance and love by the sunset of the third day. But after a year, he decided he didn't want a girlfriend. A year? That's not mermaid timeline, sorry. We're all like normally in the days range. I am no longer a mermaid. I've turned into a sea witch, and I am now jaded with all men, viewing them as average sailors. I love this girl. How do I become a mermaid and get excited about dating again? I get what she's saying. This is a big issue a lot of my friends in their mid-30s are having with dating. It's really hard to not, and no matter what your gender orientation is, it's hard to not get bitter or jaded. Do you have any advice there, Mom?
I think she has to just move on. And
I know, I love it. My mom is so simple. She's like, I can't relate. I've never been like bitter or bored.
It's the longer you remain in that down place, the worse it's going to get. I often recommend when there's been a bad breakup that you just form another relationship.
I love
to
that.
take your mind off it.
Literally,
It
she's
may
saying
not
hook
work,
up.
But it gets you excited.
I know, I love that. It's so true. Like, just go out and hook up, basically, is my mom's medical advice. She's a doctor. Okay. If a man is showing all the relationship readiness signs, i.e., PDA, flying you around, texting you, taking you out, but he doesn't want to have sex, what is the next best move? P.S. He's not a virgin. What do you think is going on? I think he could have.
I think she should be patient and it'll happen in time. Be affectionate. Let it happen slowly. Maybe he doesn't like to rush into things.
So you don't think it's a red flag? You don't think he's like secretly gay? You don't think anything weird?
That could be too.
Oh, but she's like, that's not a deal breaker. That could be a great husband. Am I right? She's like, well, where's he flying you? We'll come back to that. Please, we have so many questions, so I'm giving her rapid fire.
We have like 20 questions in there.
Oh, this one is like, it makes me go eye roll. Please instruct how to give a good blowjob.
Okay.
People want to know. My dad just said, didn't we have this last time? That was my dad. Like the whole family up here, we're like, boring, we all know.
There's licking and circling and...
Okay, she's getting graphic now.
And
It's
adding
okay.
some vibration. I mean, there are all sorts of things you can do to have a good blowjob.
I feel like this person's question is like, Mom, like you are coming, this is the thing, asking my mom sex questions, it's sometimes like asking like a quantum physicist, like why is like 2 + 2? And they're like, I don't even know how to address it. Like I think the bigger issue with this person is it's a confidence thing. You know what I mean? Writing even in that question, like maybe I think that my advice is just like with anything like that, like don't think so like mechanically and think more like about whatever seems most like fun to you. And just like come
That's
from a
right.
place of having fun and being vulnerable. You don't have to be like an expert, you know? Like
Right.
everyone is a different person.
Don't try to deep throat it, just have fun with it. Yeah.
Don't make yourself vomit on a date. I've done it. Okay. I always, if you know, you know the story. It was one of my most iconic moments. Okay, I always thought not fucking on the first date was a draconian sex law. But when I do, they don't text me back. So should I wait? Isn't that unfeminist? I love this question because we know.
Yes, you should wait. It's not a good idea to do that on the first date.
She can't say
Not a good idea. People get the wrong idea of you. Oh.
my brother just booed. He's saying it's unfeminist. My brother, by the way, you guys, who I described in my set, arrived mid-show on rollerblades with his dog. Just to paint a picture. I wasn't exaggerating. Okay. Yeah, I think that the not having sex thing is like, I know, Mom, like you're the real sex like therapy expert, but I'm more recently like dating and all my friends are in this game and it's like, guys, like if you wanna like find love, like play to win and set yourself up for success, and that means like kind of holding your power until you've making your own decisions. Like why would you want to? I don't think it's like, I think the other issue is like if you were like masturbating properly, you wouldn't want to have sex with a random guy. Like I'm sorry, like
That's right.
you're thirsty in the desert and like that's on you. So it just, I think that men probably subtly pick up on that too. Like that there's like a confidence to like being decisive about your stuff because you don't need to like go to them for any kind of like pleasure. Like you don't need like that kind of like filling up your cup. You know what I mean? Unless they really deserve it and you really want to be like getting to the next step with them, you know? I'm saying basically you shouldn't be not having sex with them on principle as a way to catch them. You shouldn't even want to because what have they done to deserve your feminine power? And my mom taught me that as a very, very young girl. That is true. Okay, this one is kind of silly. How big is too big?
That depends. It depends on the person. Really, most women don't get their pleasure out of sexual intercourse. They get it out of clitoral stimulation. So, size really doesn't matter.
Right. Think about lesbians. They have the most orgasms of everyone.
That's right.
There's not a dick between them. and they're better at sex. So come on. Every person I meet, I think about how they'd be perceived by my parents. That's sweet. How do I transcend their expectations? It sounds like this person has probably parents that would not be that accepting of everyone that they would accept.
Right. Well, I don't think it's such a bad thing to think about what.
Of course she doesn't.
Like. I'm a parent myself, and
She's been right about every boyfriend I've ever had.
If you don't think about what your parents would want you to do, and you go out with someone who's completely opposite, that could result in a lot of problems down the line.
Like what?
Like family problems.
Okay,
in-law
but Mom, what
problems.
if their parents are a little psycho? Like, what if their parents are a little bit like, you know, not all parents are like you and Dad who are actually like accepting and like want the best for your kids. Some want to use their relationship stuff, like the relationship stuff, like some want to use that to control their kids, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, what if this person is in that situation where no one would ever be good enough?
Well, then they should do what makes them happy.
Okay, so she sees it very simply.
Yeah.
And she's right. Okay, how do you respond when your teen daughter catches you, a man, watching porn?
Turn it off right away.
Okay, so don't continue. So she's saying don't finish. I mean, that sounds like a porn.
Next time, knock.
Seriously, that would never happen in our house because we were raised with a normal kind of, like, people are sexual. To me, that would be the equivalent of like walking in on my dad pooping. I would be like, that's private, but it's not like just crazy to me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be that crazy to me that that's happening. So I feel like it's more a sign of like, you know, like it sucks, but that kid has, that kid, that's her fault. Sorry, is that me?
Well, it's his fault too. We should have a lock on the door.
I mean, you guys never had a lock. I just knew never to like go in on like a weekend morning, you know? Mom's getting shy. Okay. Are bisexuals real?
Yeah,
of
they
course
are.
they're real.
There are some people who are bisexual, I think. Yeah.
But do you think that like, I think this person is asking, is they're wondering if a lot of bisexuals are just gay?
Just people who are
What-
gay,
how do you
but
define
they-
it? I guess
they-
we're-
they want to appear straight
Right.
sometimes. So
What do you think of that?
I think that happens also.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's like everyone is a certain place on that spectrum, and you could be
Yeah.
more than 50% into one sex or the other
Yeah.
and be bisexual. But let's say you were bi, like me. I'm a little bi. I'm more into men, but I don't like really claim being bi because I'm like, women are hot. Like, who's not bi? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't brag about it because I would feel like it was stolen valor.
I'm thinking about, a patient of mine who he's a man and he has homosexual fantasies, and he wonders if he's gay, but he's never been gay. He's never been with another man. He's been married. He's had children. There are a lot of people who have same-sex fantasies, but then they like to be heterosexual.
Right, like they actually don't.
And
I feel like a lot of
they
girls,
doubt
honestly, a lot of
themselves.
girls are like that. Like I think a lot of the porn like searches by women are women on women. Did you know that, Mom?
Sure, of course. People
She's
have-
like, obviously. No, but it's like a known thing apparently. I didn't know it like worked the other way. That it might be like an added level of fantasy because it's like taboo or something. But you're like, I actually am not like, I couldn't picture myself like getting in there. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, I know her thoughts on this, and they're not good. Okay. No, it's great. Ooh, okay. She's gonna say she's gonna be bored by that one. Oh. Why does alcohol help with the sexual experience?
Well, it loosens you up. You have disinhibition. It's, you're much more affectionate, and but the performance is not as good afterwards. It may take longer to have an orgasm. There may be erection problems. So, a lot of people are disappointed when they drink and have sex.
I feel like my mom doesn't think these questions are juicy. You want juicier ones.
Go ahead. Well, why don't you embellish them a little bit, Betsy?
I mean, I'll just like, no, like I can tell she's like, these are like basic prudes. She wants
they're
something
not.
fucked up. Okay. I know she was.
should I give them a quiz question?
Yes. Okay, so pop quiz, guys.
Okay.
Well, so let me explain first. If you guys can, first person to answer this question correctly, the way you answer it correctly is you scream out, "Under the sea," and then I'm gonna hand you a little starfish hair clip if you get it right. If you get it right and you receive the hair clip, you can redeem that for one drink on our tab. So you're gonna wanna know these.
Yeah, the mermaid tab.
And the band is part of this. I forgot, you guys, I forgot. Can someone put 2 tequila shots on the tab of me for our band here and bring them over? One, do you want a soda or anything? Okay, so the 2 tequila shots and put it on my tab, please, and bring it over. I can't get up, you guys. I'm in a mermaid tub.
Okay, so here's the first quiz question. It's multiple choice, 4 answers. You pick the right one. What are the 2 most common fetishes in Western society?
The 2 most,
The
and
2
there's
most.
4 options. This is going to be
4
kind
options.
of a logic puzzle.
Leather and latex, foot and shoe, silk and satin, and diapers and depends. Okay. Who said foot? Okay. I see.
You guys, do you remember the beginning of the instruction? I heard it under the seat. Okay, we got a Remy under the seat.
Okay, who's that? Remy?
Remy.
Is that Remy? Okay.
Yep, she
okay.
said under the seat.
Okay, Remy gets a drink.
No, we got to hear her answer first. What was your answer, Rem? What was that?
Foot and shoe. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. But I think we should just answer with they should just answer the correct answer instead of under the seat.
Okay, Mom.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This is why I have attachment
Okay.
issues.
So Remy,
She doesn't really validate.
give Remy
She just gives notes.
give Remy the trinket.
Okay, come here.
Okay.
Sorry, Rem.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's for them. It's for them.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Elizabeth, will you pass me those? I thought I put them in the...
Question number 2.
For Remington.
What is the speed of sperm during ejaculation?
Wow. That one's for you.
The answer could be either 8, 18
Hey, what? Hey, what?
miles per hour,
Shit.
8, 18, 28, or 38 miles per hour. 28. I think I heard.
We heard 20. Who said 28?
28. That's it. Okay.
Sultan.
Okay.
Sorry. My aim is really bad.
Okay. Okay. In which country do couples have the most sex? I'm going to name 4 countries.
You gotta know your countries, you guys.
Argentina, Vietnam, Australia, or Greece?
It's gotta be Greece.
Everybody, I heard Greece so many times that
Mom, what was right?
Greece is correct.
Okay.
But they're like 10 winners.
You
10
guys, honesty system. Come over if you said Greece and you want a free drink. Come here. I'm in a fucking tail, you guys.
Only one, Betsy. Okay.
Okay, that's it. Sahara
Okay.
gets one too.
Okay.
She was right.
Okay. How many deaths per year in the United States occur due to autoerotic asphyxiation? Okay, the choices are 25, 100, 200, or 250.
That's not
I
that
heard-
many.
The answer is 250. I need. Okay.
You get a star.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone cover their eyes when I do this.
Why don't we go back to questions?
Okay, now we're ready to. Do you see that, you guys? That got her a little bit juiced up enough to go back to your prude questions. Okay. Do you recommend THC lube?
I do actually. THC lube, it heightens arousal. It definitely does. I've had people who use it. They like it. Yeah, you can get it at all of these shops, the cannabis shops. THC lube is good. And people also use CBD lube. You know, that's more calming, relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about like weed smoking? Not necessary for sex, or
About a third of the people who use marijuana products do so for sexual reasons.
Oh, so
Okay?
she's like, okay,
That's why they use it. Okay,
Okay.
because they want to have better sex.
that's great. Hell yeah, baby. How should I communicate better with a partner who does not show emotions or on their face or communicate well? I know what they mean. Spectrum.
On the spectrum, okay.
Love on the spec.
Be patient. Try to draw them out.
I will say this, from dating a Polish man in the Polish community. I don't know if you know him, anonymous guy, but it's like a nice thing sometimes. Sometimes when people don't communicate a lot with their words or with their effusive emotions, sometimes it's because they don't think that that's very like real, and they're like, I'm gonna just show you. So I feel like you should try to pay attention to what they might be doing to show you like what love is, because it's probably more meaningful. You know what I mean? Like they might actually be helping you in your life.
Right. So it's not always about the words, it's about the actions.
Yeah.
And,
Honestly, Mom,
you know.
I think you're more like that. Like I always knew you're someone that's like not very like over the top verbally, but like you do so much stuff for so many people.
Aw, thank you, Betsy.
And anyone that I've ever even liked, if I like them, like she'll be friends with all of you guys now. Okay, so that's sweet, Mom. And okay, so now, what are some ways to rebuild trust in myself and others when I'm trying to date again after being badly hurt? That's a good one.
Yes. Trust in myself. Yeah. So, and others, yes. Well, I would say, start by hanging out with your friends more, people who love you, your family, and then when you're ready, start dating again. And, it takes time to heal. Usually it takes about, as long as the relationship was, it takes about half that time to get over it.
Unless you sleep with someone. Just kidding.
Yeah, and if you sleep with someone before that,
Does that help?
it actually can help a person
Studies show
get over
medical
hurt. Yes.
I mean, also, Mom, I'll say that I think what would help them from an AI engineering perspective is like, it helped me when I learned about how machine learning models work. Like when you're training a machine learning model for a new task, like a specific user, you get a baseline training level on all people, but then you go like, I'm gonna extra train it on this one new user or this new situation. So like when you're when I learned that, it changed how I was dating, because I was kind of bitter and skeptical. I was like in grad school, and I was like, trying to date people, and I was a little bitter, and I was like approaching new men with the same amount of skepticism as if they were the same guys that had hurt me. And then I like had an epiphany of like, let's just treat every guy as a new person, or treat every girl that you're dating as a new person, and only like react to the data that they have given you, and try to like block out the past stuff.
I think that's very smart.
Thank you.
Questions on the floor. Questions on the floor.
Where?
In the bag down there.
Oh, there's more.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
thank you guys. Okay. I want more. I want more questions. Thank you guys. My partner showers immediately after we have sex. Should I be offended?
No, that person is just very fastidious
Yeah.
and clean. No, don't be offended.
I wash my hands after I do anything. I want to stick a finger in my man's butt. How do I bring it up?
I would say gradually,
How do you do it gradually?
Why don't you,
Give us a
wait,
little
wait, why don't you suggest that he do it to you first?
That's what she does. I knew that was going to be her thing.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. I think that's a smart way. Another way I've heard of from girlfriends is to say that you did something in a dream and that you really liked it. And that's a way of saying I want to do it without like really being that embarrassed.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or I had this fantasy that we did that one time, and just kind of talk it up as something you'd like.
Yeah. Okay, my man is obsessed with my boobs, but I get no satisfaction from it. Do I just let him do it? Yeah, of course.
So this man wants to touch her boobs, kiss her boobs and whatnot, and she doesn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Just do it.
yes, let him do it. You know, some women are very different. I know some women who have orgasms just from touching the boob, sucking the boob. It's called a nipplegasm. And and some women are like that, and other women could care less. You know, that's not where it's at for them.
I mean, I feel like it's like, okay, it reminds me of like when you're at a concert or like when you're at a concert and the band like needs to like talk in between the songs. Like, no offense to you guys, I like it when you guys talk, but like we're like, oh, we're here for the music. We also know that you need to have fun too. You know what I mean? It's like, just pretend you're into it because they're into it. Like, it's just common courtesy. You know what I mean?
Right. Or maybe she should self-stimulate when he's doing that.
Right. She
Right?
could make it like she could do some Pavlovian shit. She could do the vibrator at the same time as he's doing boob stuff and then link it Pavlovianly, and then eventually she'll be able to have a nipplegasm.
Right.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on polyamory?
It's okay for some people. I mean, it's it's an unstable situation. You know, when you have multiple partners, and eventually somebody usually gets jealous and it blows up. But for some people, it works.
Yeah. Do
You
you
know?
think that usually someone gets jealous? Like, here's my theory. I feel like it's like often the case is that like some person involved is like actually just going along because they're in love with someone else who wants it. And so then they'll do it and then they'll realize that they actually don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our good friend Kate Robards has an amazing one-woman show called Polyshamery about the devolution of her marriage. She like had it open. Her husband wanted to open up the marriage. She was so in love with him. She was like, I'm down. Now he's married to her, like to the other girl. Yeah, and it's very sad for her. But I mean, she's making comedy gold. All's well that ends well. That pun, polyshamery. Okay. What's the best way to get a partner to tell you what's the best way to get a partner to tell you how they want to spice up sex in a way that isn't a direct question?
Okay.
'Cause some people are very cagey and won't answer.
Yeah. You want to know. You could ask them, oh, I saw this in a movie. Doesn't it look good? How about what do you
So
think?
you're talking multiple choice method.
Yeah.
I do that with a lot of boyfriends. I just give them like even in like I'm like, do you want to break up? Do you want to get married? Like I do it about other stuff too. But yeah, basically I'm saying just give them like a lot of options.
Yeah.
But what about the fact that they just won't tell you? Like that is a weird thing. Like some people are just that's something I've been meaning to ask you about, Mom. Like we're so like sexually more like comfortable, and that's how I was raised. So it's sometimes hard for me to like wrap my head around the fact that other people aren't, and it gets me like even with friends I get like frustrated with them, but it's not their fault. Like how do you like if you like love your partner and why can't you just fucking ask them? Like even reading this I'm like I'm mad.
Well, sometimes people are just quiet about sex and they like it in a very simple way, and the other partner wants more input, more explanation, and they're asking for it, and they should just rest.
They should just
let
chill.
it be, chill. It's fine. If the person's not complaining, they're probably enjoying it.
Right. So don't be so worried that they even want to spice it up.
That's right.
Okay. Someone's confident. How to deal. I feel like we did this one. How to deal with rejection in early stages of dating. We've gotten this one in other shows.
Yeah.
You just always say it's a numbers game. Just keep
Keep
do
going.
more.
Keep going. Yeah.
Just don't work. Like just do
Don't be
the roster.
discouraged.
It's the roster method.
It's really, and I would say, I think women have a harder time of this than men. I think it's harder for women to be out on the dating scene than men.
You think? Yeah.
I think so.
I
I think so. At least
mean-
that's what I hear from my female patients.
Yeah. What's going on in the patient circuit right now with dating?
Yeah. It's heartbreaking,
Like they're just struggling?
It's so difficult out there, yeah.
What are the things you're hearing?
It's hard to connect with someone.
Just hard to find someone.
And or or to form a relationship. You know, there might be a couple of dates and then it falls apart.
Like you're saying, they're on the apps and they just
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
What's your suggestion there with apps? Like, what do you say for patients? Do you want them to not be on apps as
No,
much?
I do think they should be on app, but I also think clubs are good and letting your friends know that you're interested
Yes.
in meeting someone so that they fix you up.
I think that's
You know?
it. I think it helps to be just really like random in your behavior and extroverted. Like how I met my husband is that I made friends with my waiter at a different restaurant and he invited me to his birthday party. And my husband is the head chef at the restaurant where the birthday party was, and it's also my favorite restaurant. And it's like, that's something that if I know a lot of girlfriends that are looking for husbands and they're so like determined and like strategic that they wouldn't have gone to that party because they would be like, that's a dead end. That's just where I might like. There's not a specific date set up. So I feel like you gotta meet people and just be down for random stuff instead of just like looking
Yeah.
for, you know what I mean? Like look for friends first, and they'll introduce you to nice people.
Yeah.
Why do I struggle to orgasm? We don't know anything about this person's history or their organs.
Why do I struggle to orgasm? Okay, look, it's a common problem, especially for women.
Yeah.
They you know, a lot of women can't have orgasm. They try hard. It's a learned skill, and they haven't quite gotten it yet. And maybe they give up too soon. Or with most women, I think it's that they don't know how to use fantasy as
Yeah.
well as men. Men are very good at using fantasy.
Yeah.
And women, their fantasies are different. Often they're not as visual.
Right.
They're more about emotions, feelings, desire.
And then
things like
once you
that.
get married, you're like, okay, I can't there's nothing that dramatic.
Yeah.
So me and my mom have talked about this before because I wanted to make an app that's like a sex therapy app.
Yeah.
And I asked, what's like the most common problem that you see happening between marriages, between men and women that leads like a heterosexual marriage? Just because I was trying to think of like the thing that would make me the most money. And it was like, yeah, but also because that's what my experience is, so I might know more or get it more. But basically, I remember you said that most of the time it's because a couple comes in to see you, it's because the sex is dead in the relationship for a while now. The woman has not seen that as an issue. The man has and has vocalized it for a long time and is either already cheating or they're already broken up, and it's the woman is now finally oh wait, I finally get it, that this is important. And I remember you told me that you think it's because men know, because they're so much more visual and just generally horny for strange puss, that they are conditioned from a young age to be fantasizing. Even with their girlfriend of 3 weeks, they're I'm gonna think of the copy girl I met today, the barista. So they're more normalized to just do that. And women think if I'm not directly fantasizing about my husband anymore, that means I might as well just not have that much sex anymore,
Right.
And
right.
then that's not really fair to anyone.
Exactly. No, some women think that fantasizing about someone else is cheating, and that's not true.
Yeah. That's a thought crime. That's
Oh.
Minority Report.
Yeah.
Let's get that question.
We got another question. I'm gonna mix it up.
We know who
No, I have a few more. I'm mixing it up, babe. I'm shuffling. No, but I was gonna say, Mom, so what I actually have a question about that. I have friends that the girl is the one who's struggling to fantasize, and they it's not that they don't wanna, it's not that they're afraid it's cheating, but they're more I feel like I get a wandering eye. From the more if I masturbate and fantasize about other people, I feel less glue with my husband. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of that?
It's not true.
Yeah, you're
No,
just
it's not
do it.
true. No, the fantasies are completely fantasy, and it doesn't have anything to do with straying from your marriage.
Right. So just basically that person has some shame and they shouldn't
Yeah.
think that way.
A lot of times a fantasy goes back to something in their early life, something they experienced, maybe a first boyfriend or girlfriend, and they're still thinking about that. But
Yeah, it's
they're
always
in
the first
in a
girlfriend.
marriage, they're long term, and it works.
I'll say this much. I wish my husband would go to strip clubs. It wouldn't bother me. I would be go get horned up. Do you think that's weird? Like, I'll go with him. He's like, he's not into it. I would say he's more the type that doesn't even, he would think it's like thought crime more than me. And because he's like loyal. So he's like, why would I do that? It's like not, I'm like, let's just be weird. You know, like, just do it. It's fine.
I think it's a good thing your husband doesn't go to strip clubs.
Okay. I want to go to a strip club.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that in a husband.
I guess that here's the truth. The only reason I'm encouraging it is because he wouldn't. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If he actually would. Okay, is
I wouldn't go with you.
okay. See, that's sweet. He wants to go together. Like that's beautiful. But you know that if we go together, I'm gonna dance. Is a bad first kiss indicative of bad chemistry? I guess down the road, a bad first kiss. That's a good question.
That is a good question. You know, I think it's possible to teach someone how you want to be kissed.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, some people, you know, are kind of tight-lipped, and you don't like that. Maybe you like a softer kiss, and you can teach the person.
I remember my sweet first boyfriend like told me years later that like I was a terrible, like insanely terrible kisser. And he was like, I didn't give up on you. You were so bad, it was weird. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I hadn't done it like that much, you know?
Right.
But he didn't think like, oh, like, but also I do think that now that we're old, you might think that, oh, they're just bad. But remember guys, like every person is a different person. And so they're probably not a bad kisser. You just might not like exactly what they're doing yet.
Wow.
We're still going, you guys.
My goodness, the questions keep
We
coming.
got more here. Put them together. And I'll mix them up with these ones. No, but basically it's like, I think that whenever someone says someone is a bad kisser, I think it means that like, that person is a bad kisser. The person who asked that, because I go, you don't get how like sex works. It's like a two-way street. Like it's a conversation. And if, like no one should just be doing exactly what you like right away.
right.
You should kind of like guide them to it and be down for, you should have a growth mindset.
Yeah.
As in all things. All right, guys, I feel like the band is getting antsy, and I don't blame them. You guys want to? Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are sitting there, but also I do want you to sing again. I know it's late. Okay, if I married a man I have no sexual connection with, is it possible to build it?
Absolutely.
Of course,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
That's the kind of man you should marry.
Yeah, you should. That's right. Marry a blank slate and then make him into what you want. You know, I think that's good. No, you can develop chemistry.
Because here's the thing. Remember the mermaids rant I did earlier? If you have no like sexual, if you think all like sexual chemistry is in your head. All of my friends that like
That's
think that they're like the sex wasn't good. Like I'm like you weren't triggered. Like you weren't triggered by them. You weren't anxious in that moment. You know what I mean? Like that's why you didn't think it was good the first time. It's because for some reason they didn't make your nervous system feel like you were dying. But like physically, a dick and a pole is a pole and a hole is a hole. Like you can do it, right, Mom?
Yeah. No, I think you shouldn't be put off. You shouldn't be put off by a lack of sexual chemistry in the beginning, because you can build that. Okay, if the person's a nice person and someone you get along with, you can you can develop the chemistry, definitely.
Especially if they're a good person who like loves you
Yes.
enough to marry you, even though you wrote that kind of mean question. They probably love you a lot and would be down to have a lifetime to figure it out together. We already did that one. How to keep the fire after 10 years together?
Keep it going, okay? Don't have long pauses without sex in a marriage.
Yeah.
Really at least once a week. And
What if this person writing in agrees with you, but their partner doesn't? I feel like that's the problem. It's like they're like, yeah, I know I don't want to go a long time, but the other person, I can't like just R them, meaning rape, you know? You know what I mean? Like if they're not down, what are you supposed to do? Threaten divorce, threaten to cheat?
No, talk romance.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Just be-
a lot of compliments,
seductive. Okay.
loving statements, romance, and keep a lot of sex in the marriage.
I know what I'm saying. What if they're like not doing it, the other person?
The other person is not willing.
Like they're just like giving you, they're like, kind of like, not tonight, babe. Like obviously, you know?
Keep working at it.
Just
you
be
know,
more
let's-
sexy.
Yeah, more sexy, more
Be more
games,
sweet.
more teasing,
Okay, play
more
games.
double entendres, texting.
Oh, literally just like be like hornier.
Yeah.
Or be seductive.
Work at it.
So just don't take it personally. I feel
Yeah.
like that's where people that I know that have this issue,
Yeah.
like my friends that have been with their, like they were their boyfriend, now they're married, now they have kids, and it's like maybe they would take it personally, the rejection, but I know you never would. You would just be like, this is, you would think of it as a logistical issue and nothing personal. Okay, as a femme presenting woman, how do I signal to other women that I want to have sex with them? That's a good question. From a les.
It's from a lesbian woman. I missed the
Yeah,
beginning.
like as a femme les.
A femles.
How do you signal?
Wow, a femles.
I know you know a lot from your practice.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess go to places where other lesbians are. You know,
Yeah.
lesbian clubs, friends, and all that.
I heard about this complaint actually from a lesbian comedian who I love. She's like, the haircuts recently have gotten out of control. Like now, straight girls are doing like the haircuts that we used to know, like
Yes,
were a
right.
signal, or like, and now it's like harder to like know because everyone's got like a cool haircut. And it used to be like you could be femme, but if you have like an angle, or like you have a little asymmetrical. Now it's like a married, you know, straight lady will have that.
That's right.
So it's getting harder because of fashion being more cool now.
yeah.
So I don't know. I think that they have to just like. I think you're right. They should go to gay bars. But even that, people go to gay bars like now because everyone's like wants to be, you know, in on it. Everyone wants to be like cooler. So I don't know. I think that they should. My guess is that they should be more like, just kind of like friendship making because the chemistry thing will just be friendly and then you'll know from them. Right? If
Yeah.
they're into you. And you don't need to know right away. You could just decide if you like them as a friend at the same time as you're deciding if you like them romantically. And then not be like, are you lesbian first? You know, because that's kind of leading with the same dating like skepticism that is what leads to like bitterness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's harder for people who are queer, so I'm saying there is more reason to have, when there's more obstacles, you should be more like jaded over time, but it's still at the same like it's still coming from the same jaded place of like I don't want to waste my time.
Right.
It's like maybe you'll make a friend, maybe you'll make a love connection. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Mom. What are your questions? Do you have any? I have one more. Is squirt pee, and can everyone do it?
I think what that person is referring to is when women squirt when they
Yes,
have an orgasm.
that is correct.
Right? And okay, and it's not pee. It's the ejaculate from the female prostate.
Cool.
There's a gland there that squirts, and one way to make it more gush is to drink a lot of fluid.
Okay, so hydrate.
Yeah, hydrate.
So everyone can do it.
Yeah.
You think everyone?
Not really.
Not
Not really everybody. Some people have the ability to do it, and it's quite complimentary when it happens.
Right.
But not
What if this
everybody
person
can do
is
that.
trying to do it? Is there a way to like?
I know some porn stars do it, and
Of course.
and they have to hydrate
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
they lose a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, where's Remington? Remember? Yeah, Remy is good friends with like the Guinness Book of Records holder.
For
and-
squirting?
Yeah,
Really?
and we went to her show, and she does it on stage while dancing to the Rihanna song Umbrella, and it's like there's a splash zone. It's iconic. She's gorgeous as well, and yeah, it's very like I like cried. I was like so like proud of her.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing, Betsy.
yeah. Rummy.
Maybe we should end on that.
Okay, that's our time, you guys. Thank you guys for sitting still. Give it up for us. Give it up for the Merman Band. Are you guys still down to keep singing as many songs as you want? Okay, we love it. And then once the Merman Band is done, we can all do karaoke. Thank you. Love you guys. We'll be here every third Thursday of the month. Please follow me on Instagram, Betsy Carroll, or follow my Slippery When Wet Show Instagram account. I love you guys. Thank you.